I've been so excited for this game. It has been about 2 years since the original announcement, and we have finally gotten a trailer, an official trailer, showcasing a lot of this game. It's not everything, things are subject to change, of course. Who knows how long it's gonna take to continue and finish this, but to see this makes it feel so much more real, and it looks amazing. I cannot wait for this game to come out. As a little background, Restitched is almost like a love letter to the Little Big Planet games and like that type of game, the 2.5D types of games. If you grew up with Little Big Planet, you'll definitely love this when it does come out. But it is being created by Triggs of Creative, a small group of people that I think at first were doing this just out of the love for the style of games, you know? Just because they really loved that series and they wanted to make one for the PC. They got together and decided to do this. So they've been working, and you can support them on Patreon, of course. I think that's where they're getting most of their funding for this game. They're showing their progress and a lot of that stuff, and it's really cool to see. I want to look over some of the recap stuff of this game later, but the trailer just dropped, and I have already rewatched it so many times, and there's so many mechanics that I'm excited for, so many things that look really good. The building looks amazing. It's crazy. But let's get into it. Let's see what is shown in this trailer, and then maybe some stuff that it's a little more explained within the recaps, or I can do that separately in another video. But looking at the trailer immediately, it's right at the beginning. It's like the first frame when the music starts. There is a climbing mechanic. If you can't jump high enough, you can grab onto a ledge and pull yourself up that ledge. That has never existed before in this type of game, and it looks really cool. And there's like a symbol for it as well. At least in the story mode, you'll probably see that. But it looks amazing, and that is a cool mechanic because that invites a new type of building. Because if you couldn't get that high before, you'd have to pull stuff, you'd have to move around. Now you can just grab that edge, pull yourself up, and get to the next level. I wonder if you can do this sideways though, because it's only shown backwards, and you know what I mean, like you're only shown jumping up and grabbing a ledge facing the back. You can probably do it sideways too, if you understand what I'm saying. It's really confusing, but I wonder what the limits are from what we've seen in these trailers. Like that climbing mechanic is epic. That is really cool. I'm looking forward to that. And then immediately after, we are shown a crawling mechanic, which hasn't existed in these types of games before either. It looks really interesting. I guess it doesn't look like it's super small. It looks like a character could just squeeze under there, but it looks really interesting to see crawling. There'd probably be secrets and little prize stickers. I don't know what they would be called here. We'll probably see stuff like that as well, the little prize bubbles, and to get stickers like this there'll probably be like secret hidden crawling spots to go through. And I'm just excited to see what type of buildings will incorporate this type of mechanic, because I don't know, it doesn't seem too much smaller, I'm not gonna lie, but it is enough to to be excited about. There is also a pushing mechanic which isn't explained in the trailer, but in the building, in the new building, there's a ton of different settings to mess with blocks. There is a setting for hookshot, and there is a setting for pushing. So those things are set on like it's called a needle and thread, right? The hookshot is called a needle and thread, which I haven't even gotten to yet, but it has a mechanic so that when you place the block specifically will have that setting. So the buildings are pretty intricate with the way you want to do things. The settings are pretty easy to use. So instead of just having like a sponge or something grabbable on it, it could have that, but it doesn't have to be pushable. It could be solid and stay on the ground, which means blocks might be a little more solid than we think they're gonna be. But we'll see how that works. The physics dynamic, I guess physics will make it, if it's dynamic it'll move, if it's static it'll probably not, and it'll stay wherever it is. I mean, if you maybe want blocks floating in the air or something like that, that's probably what that means more than anything else. The needle and thread, which is shown a little later in the trailer, is a grappling hook. Essentially, it's a hook shot. It doesn't seem like you can actually make it longer or shorter. It is just the distance that you get when you hook something, which is perfectly fine. That is a really cool way to use a hook shot. I really like the way that works, but it also can be used to push or like to pull stuff, not push because it's not a solid rope, but it's used to swing around, and it's also used to grab onto grabbable objects like the what we mentioned before, the needle and threadable blocks. And if you have that setting turned on, it can grab it, and then you can pull back and pull that block out, which is interesting. It is a really cool puzzle mechanic, I guess. You know, I don't think it'd be very useful in a lot of other situations, other than, you know, you need to move this thing to jump. You got to get it out of the way, and you can jump now that the block's gone. Or it can be used in certain type of puzzles or whatever, because this looks like there's a lot of push into the building aspect of this game. So I wonder what this will be exactly used for. The hookshot is just fun. I would love to use that. I love grappling hooks. I love hookshots in any game, but I love this way, the way it's done, that it's a swingable thing. It's not really, if it extends and lowers, then great. That would be kind of cool. You know, it'd be interesting. Or maybe a specific one does, but the basic one that you have, which actually, that's not something I thought about. Is this actually like a power-up? I'm looking at the trailer right now, and it doesn't seem like you get this, and it doesn't go away. It seems like a specific tool that you just normally have. It's a needle and thread, of course, right? It looks like a needle and thread because you are a little plushy thing. You know, you're sewn in. It's a sewing needle, but it doesn't look like it's an actual power-up. It looks more like it's built into your character. Like, this is the one power-up in the game that you are gonna have, and that you will always have. You can use it at any point in the game. That's what it seems like when I'm looking at the trailer. It doesn't seem like it's a power because you're not holding it indefinitely. It's not visible. You just seem to kind of have it. So you might always have this. It might not be something that goes away. It might be something that you always have in your utilities and you can always use, even if it's not necessary particularly, but it would just be funny to use or fun to use because grappling hooks are great. And moving on to the building, there is a ton of customization. Just like pausing and looking at some of this stuff, there's a ton of stickers. I've been seeing a bunch of stickers that they're creating, and it looks so perfect for this style. But then there's a bunch of different categories of stuff you can put. There's stamps, but then there's numbers and letters of the basic stuff, and then there's just a bunch of random ones. There's probably more. If you scroll down, they'll probably make a ton more before the game actually releases. But there's so much customization for building. Just looking at the builds within here is so good, and it's so intricate. At some point, I think there is an actual, like, a dirt and grime sticker that makes it look a little dirtier, that makes it look a little like older, just to fit the world. If it's like a little old, the sign has to be a little old. And looking at this caution sign, there's a transform tool, like a Photoshop, Clip Studio Paint transform tool. You can, it's like a mesh tool where you can transform it and you can skew it and make it look different, which is why the caution sign on the side, it could be a stamp, and this is probably a stamp on a block, but then you can move around the block and transform it in any way you want. It's a normal transform tool in like a basic art program. It is interesting, and it is really cool to open up different shapes and ideas for this game, because instead of just erasing away what you don't want, or you can just skew it, you would have to skew it by putting in a block and then like moving the block or whatever. You can just skew the block immediately with this like super intricate transform tool, which is amazing. I'm not as much of a builder as I had wished. I would love to build this game. I remember playing Little Planet in the past and wanting to build stuff, and I was so bad at it. But this looks so intricate, it makes me want to try again, even though I know it's gonna come out so bad. But it looks so good that maybe what I build won't be as bad. And Stuffy's the main character, right? That's the main thing. It's a little bear. It's a little stuffed bear. And there is so much customization. I'm looking at this right now. It says glasses. There's like, it's like a separation. So there's glasses, there's hair, there's a hand decoration, there's a head decoration, and there seems to be a leg decoration. And then there's miscellaneous, which might just, oh, I guess it's just a random thing. And then there's neck, nose, and then the skin, and then the tail. There is a ton of separation with the customization, because in most games you would have like, okay, there's a headpiece. So anything that's included in the headpiece will cover out the glasses, or will cover out the hair. You won't have hair if you have a hat. But this seems to have a maybe like a different approach on some of that stuff. Like there's a specific costume piece for the hand. There's a specific costume piece for the head, which probably also correlates with the hair, because there's hair and then there's head. So you can probably have a hat and actual hair, which is interesting. There's a very, very intricate. I don't know what to say anymore about this game. It just looks so cool. But there's a bunch of different wardrobe designs. You can customize this a ton. There isn't a lot of options right here, but I wouldn't doubt you unlock these as you progress through the game. Or and when you buy them, these are probably like default that come with it. There's like little pants or whatever, right? And you can just stick with the like, relatively empty Stuffy, but it has options. There are basic options probably come with it. There's neck stuff. There's like necktie or a little shirt, I guess. I don't know what that other one is. It looks like a choker, but I'm not sure. There's a little bandana, a little, yeah, I guess like a cowboy bandana thing around the neck, and then there's a nose option, which changes the shape, so it's not particularly just like a normal looking bear. I mean, it's optional. It's like a Build-A-Bear. You can choose what you want with it, and there's a bunch of different stuff in here, and I'm excited to try. And there's so much customization. Like, you'll probably have millions and millions of options to customize things. You'll never run out of combinations of headgear, like pants and stuff like that. It'll just continue. There's so much, and I hope they make a lot of costumes for this game, because I'm very excited to customize my character. And like in Little Big Planet, you can put stickers on your face, and you see that start with the Pride stickers, because you know it was just Pride Month, right? Of course. But you can put these stickers, and they look like a combined, actually. That was, wait, what? They look like they, or maybe they just grew the sticker, but it looks really good. The stickers on the face don't cover the eyes, thank God. The eyes are staying above, so you can't color them. But you can put stickers on your character. You can customize it even more. If the outfits aren't enough for you, you can put all the insane amount of stickers that are gonna be in this game on your character, because it's fun. It's funny. And if this is multiplayer, which I think it's gonna be, in one way or another, we'll see multiplayer, maybe local co-op. I would love local co-op, as well as, even if it's just local co-op, I can use Parsec to play online with friends if they buy it. Or not if they buy it. Parsec, I can do it for free. But if they don't buy it, I can play with Parsec, and it's over a local co-op, so it'll work. It'll work perfectly fine. Yeah, right now it says single player, but I wouldn't doubt. I think they're trying to implement a multiplayer. They had tried before. It says remote play together on Steam, which I'm not 100% sure what that means. I think, oh, this means it's a multiplayer, a local multiplayer. I think that's what that means. Yeah. That makes sense. So it'll be possible. If they can't implement multiplayer immediately, I would love for them to, when they release the game, so that's not something holding them back, I can play this on Parsec. I can buy the game and play with my friends on Parsec if I really wanted to. It'll work like that. And it'll be perfect. You know, if they add multiplayer, like online multiplayer, that would be great. I would love to see that, and I would love to see community levels implemented. I think that's a plan as well, to have a level editor and have published levels and things like that. I would love to go into this and play those levels, because this building system looks amazing, and I can't wait to see what people actually come up with in the community, because the builds that the creators are making look so good. they look amazing, and these are amazing builders, right? But that doesn't, if you're making the game, you don't have to be good at that game, and this is essentially being good at that game and also making it. There is a couple stuff I think that helps a little in the recaps that they do on Patreon and whatever, and their website, but majority of it was in the trailer, and it showed a lot, and there was a good amount of things that I'm very excited for. So yeah, I will return to looking at this game later. I do want to keep up with it. I want to see the recaps. I'm waiting for the June recap, which will probably go over, it might go over the trailer, I'm not sure, but the recaps usually come out at the end of the next month. So May recap is the one that's up now, if you want to go look at it and read it on your own. It shows a little bit more of information on some of the stuff that they've been doing, a little bit of like implementations of using it on a Mac, which is still a little buggy, but you know, it's not planned to be released just on Mac, but they're trying it out and seeing what's going on, adding stickers and fan art and stuff like that. So you know, it shows the progress. It shows that they're doing it and that it's not over. So no matter how long it takes, I cannot wait for this game to come out. So it's already been 2 years, and I'm still as hyped as ever, honestly. So I hope they don't rush it. I don't think they will, but it looks amazing. To see a game like this come out on PC on Steam is gonna be so good. I think it's gonna be controller support, but I can play this on keyboard and mouse if I wanted to, which I might. But it looks so good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want more like it, then comment down below, as well as if I missed something in the trailer. I wouldn't doubt there is something I missed. I didn't even talk about the music, but it sounds so good. I don't know what to say about the music, but it sounds so perfect for this game. It fits the style, and that's all I can really say. I love talking about music, but it just is amazing. I don't know. I want to see the OST though. I want to see them upload it because I want to hear it. I wonder when they'll do that. It's probably not done yet though. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment down below if I missed something, And if you enjoyed, then like the video, and hopefully see you soon with maybe another Restitched video, because I really like this game, and I think there'll be some more stuff to cover. And I'll start covering the recaps, so the monthly recap. So we'll have a monthly video out on this stuff. If you enjoy this stuff, you know, I'll return to some of my regular Let's Play content once in a while, but I'm not gonna have a lot of time, honestly, to record anymore with college starting. So we'll see. But this game is something I'm excited about, and I can do little recordings and have them out. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys soon.